Okay, so today we are going to learn CCNA and CCNA routing and switching, and this is the CCNA exam code, which is 200-301. So the first lesson is Introduction to Cisco Routers. Okay, module 1. In this we are going to know about what is router, the networking models, introduction about some router ports, router iOS. iOS means router operating system. You know, router has also operating system inside that. Okay, so what is router first of all? So what is router? So router is an internetworking device used to connect two or more different network for communication. Second, that a router is a networking device that forward data packet between computer networks, and router performs the traffic direction function on the internet, means best path selection. Okay, now Cisco provide various series and the models of the routers, okay, towards different, to provide different type of customer requirements. So maybe some customer need low, like laptop has also different models. Some laptops comes with 8 GB RAM, Core i3, Core i5, Core i7. So according to your need you buy the laptops. So customer also buy the routers according to their requirement, that okay, how heavy traffic he has to pass. Okay, so like your organization and the IST organization has a different IST has a small, so he can buy a small capacity routers. So how people will know these things? Okay, so these different capacity routers are divided into 3 categories. Okay, so we'll come to know what is access layer router, what is distribution layer router, and what is core layer router. Okay, now in these routers, so some of them, okay, they only provide routing. Okay, some of them they provide different kind of wireless connectivity. Some of the routers provide security features, some of the router provide voice over IP features. So different router has different functionalities. So you can see here I have a different LAN here, LAN A and LAN B. They are communicating with the help of WAN, but here you can see here I have a router here, right, and here also router. So this is my LAN connected with the router. Here I have another LAN connected with the router, and they are communicating. So without router it is impossible that you should create communication between two different networks. So there are some router manufacturing companies like Cisco, Nortel, Juniper, Mikrotik, okay, and Cyberon. There are many things, yes, Huawei. Huawei. Yes. So mostly people like Cisco. Why? Because Cisco is the one who came first in the market, right, in the routing, and yes, and slowly other companies came. So now, and Cisco is the one who generated the training module first, and then other people came. Okay, but if you know Cisco, you can handle other devices. But if you know other devices, it will be little bit problem to handle Cisco devices here, because Cisco is very user friendly device. Okay. Now, so network design model is saying that every company has 3 network design. Okay. So assume that this is ISP. Okay. So ISP will have, the first is access layer router, then they have a distribution layer router, and then they have a core layer router. But how it works? See, access layer router means end users. Like suppose you are ISP, right? So you have this Fazara branch, and this is Serekunda branch. Okay. So in Serekunda you have one distribution layer router or switch, and here you have one distribution layer device, example. And in Fazara you have many companies who wanted internet connection from you. So they can connect like this. So all the request, now see how it is working. Suppose I have a router here. This is IST router, this is your company router, this is this company router. In IST they have many users, right? So IST has maybe, I think, 200 users. So this 200 request is coming to this router. So he is able to handle only 200 requests, right? Now this Fazara distribution device or router, now it has 100 end users. So 100 multiplied by 2, 200, right? All the request is coming here. So this device is heavy than this access layer router, right? So this access layer router is only for the end users, like after me there is no other connection going there. Okay, and then all the request is coming here. So this router has and distribution functions, and he distribute that, okay, go like this, like a post office. So when the letter came, means when the data came, yes,
this one.
yes. So that's why this device must have a powerful capacities. Okay, then he forwards the data to a core layer. Okay, when the data is coming from here, so he collect all the data, see, from which is data is coming from
access layer.
Yes, you can see here. So the data is coming from access layer. Okay, all the data coming from access layer, it has collected here, and after collecting he distribute the path. Okay, you can see, you are an internet user, you can send the data to UK, US, right? So all the data will come here to the distribution layer. He collected the data, and after that he will decide, okay, you go via this, go via this, go via this. Okay, now, and when the data will come here, right? So now this is a company, he can have multiple distribution layer routers according to different locations. So all the data which is coming here, so this switch or a router must have a good capacity. Are you understanding? So he can forward the data in a very quick yes, action. So see, he can you see here, he has a multiple ports. Okay, connected to, see, if I want to connect this switch to this switch, so I can connect with one port, that's it. But why I am connecting multiple ports to a multiple same device, right? Because I can send data. See, normal port, there are three type of port. One is Ethernet port, second one is fast Ethernet port, and third one is Giga Ethernet port, right? So Ethernet port is sending data at the speed of 10 Mbps, fast Ethernet 100 Mbps, and Giga interface is 1 Gbps, 1000 Mbps. Okay, yes, but see here, maybe this access layer is sending 100. Now here it came and he said that I have 1000 Mbps data. So if I will forward this 1000 Mbps data to this switch, right? So if this switch is connected with a single port, see, he has to forward that data in 10 times.
Which will be slow.
It will be slow. That's why core layer routers have a very good Giga Ethernet port. He can transfer the data in very high amount, very fast speed. So that's why in a core layer routers they use fiber optic connection. Yes. Okay. So access layer router, they generate the data. Simple. The data came to distribution layer. Distribution layer collect the data and define the routing path. Yes, and core layer router collect the data and he transfer the data with the high speed to internet. Okay, simple. And so now see this. So when I transfer to the internet, the data came to internet. Now my core layer router will receive, and then after core layer router receiving, he will give to the core layer switch. Then core layer switch will forward the data to the distribution, and then distribution will distribute the data according to the access layer end users. Okay, how you will define the access layer routers? See, access layer routers are used for small organizations. The access layer is the lowest level of the Cisco 3-tier network model, means the lowest level of the router. Okay, ensure that the packet are delivered to the end user device. So access layer are only for the end users. Okay, this layer is sometimes referred as a desktop layer. Okay, because it focus on connecting the client node on the networks and end nodes. So these are few devices which are access layer routers. They are routers, you can configure routing, but they cannot support multiple users and they cannot support heavy network traffic. That's why they use as a end user. Like, see, why your laptop is using as a client, why not as a server?
Because because of you cannot support has the capacity to
Yes.
support heavy
Yes, but you can configure as a server.
as
But
a server.
yes, but when the clients will connect to it, when the traffic
Ah,
will
right.
come to it, then your laptop will crash.
For one person, you
Yeah.
can use it as a
Yes. So laptops are made for a single users. Okay. So these are some router series. Yes.
Cisco router
Yes.
series.
800, 1000,
Of
1600.
the access layer
Yes, access layer.
model.
So whenever you see these, most of they use 1800 as an access layer. Okay, 1800, 25, 17, 16. Okay, 25. They are used as access layer routers. Now after access layer routers, see, can you see this? The heavy switches,
Multiple.
heavy routers. Okay. Now, so these are distribution layer router. He's saying that the distribution routers or the distribution layer routers or the device. See, switches are also coming with distribution layer. Routers are also coming with the distribution layer. Yes. So you can say that the distribution devices are located between access layer and core layer. The purpose of this layer is to provide boundary definition by implementing access list and other kind of filtering. That okay, you go like this. Okay, I can block you. You are not. Many kind of routing functionalities. Therefore, distribution layer is defined policy for the network. You can, okay, because see, you cannot define policies on the. You can define, okay, but for the limited user you can define. But can you define for 1 million users? No. Okay. But distribution layer router can support this one. Distribution layer also include high-end layer 3 switches also. So these are layer 3 switches. Okay, high-end layer 3 switches. Okay, now distribution layer ensure that packets are properly routed between subnets, or you can say networks. Okay, and virtual LANs, you can say. Okay, so you just understand the networks and your enterprise to the internet. Okay, means it must be routed properly from your network to the internet. Okay, and the distribution layer is responsible for high-end routing. High-end routing means multiple routes, millions of routes. Okay, it also provide policy-based routing or policy-based network connectivity, path manipulation. Okay, policy-based routing means if any network came to me, I am a router, distribution router. Any data came to me, any network came to me, and I have to forward to him, right? So in the policy based routing you can define that, okay, if you receive any network from any data from this network, right? Okay, now you can forward him, you can block him, you can you can give him only 1 Mbps access, you can give him 2 Mbps. So yes, so you can define the different type of policies on that network. Other people, if other people are coming, I'll say okay, you go, but for you, let me check you properly. Okay, now core layer router. Core layer is considered the backbone of the network, includes the high-end switches and high-speed cables such as fiber cables. Core layer of the network does not route traffic at the LAN. Okay, it's do not use for routing, only for data forwarding with the high speed. Okay, because I have already done the routing on the distribution layer, then why should I do routing again? Okay, so access layer user has sent me a data and I did the routing, then I forwarded to my core. Core is responsible for forwarding in the internet. That's it. Okay, so core layer is connected with the high speed and ensure reliable delivery of the packet. Okay, so high speed data transfer rate is here in the core layer routers and the switches. Okay, speed is important at the core layer. Okay, now core layer routers also do load sharing, load balancing, like that. Okay, if you can find two routers connected, so if data is coming from here, okay, if the data is too much, he can use another router to forward the data. We'll see all this load balancing and redundancy in the network. Okay, so these are some router series which is acting as a core layer router. 64,000, 65, 7,000, 72,000. We have 72,000 routers. I think you have seen it. Open. Okay, no problem, we'll see. Okay, 73,000, 74, 75. So like these types of routers which are core layer routers.
Okay.
72,000, I'm saying 7200. Okay. Now, introduction to Cisco IOS means Cisco operating system. So Cisco IOS, originally it is known as Internetwork Operating System, is a family of software used on most of the Cisco systems, routers and current Cisco networking switches. Okay, so earlier networking switches or Cisco switches was known as CAT OS, Catalyst, Cisco Catalyst. Yes. Okay, now Cisco IOS is a package of running the routing and switching, okay, internet working and telecommunication functions integrated to the this operating systems. Okay, so in the Cisco IOS you can find routing, switching functions which is integrated there in that IOS to understand, but not security, not wireless, not voice over IP. So for different routers, according to their functionalities, OS is there, but a different OS. Okay, now what are these functions? What are the functions additional provided by this Cisco IOS, means Cisco operating systems? Like, see, it used to carry the network protocols and functions, connecting high speed traffic between the devices, adding security to control access and stop unauthorized network access or issues, okay, or errors, like he can give you the logs, okay, supply network as reliability and connecting to the network resources, so it will help you to connect and communicate to another devices in the network. Okay, now so there are some router classifications. What are those router classifications is, see, there are two type of router. One is fixed router and second one is modular router. I hope you have learned in the networking devices also. So the fixed router means the fixed routers are just like a branded PC when modification of interface is not possible. So like here, if I will tell you, okay, can you put one more USB port, can you put here? No. But in the desktop I will tell you, you can put it, because you have to buy the card you put in the PCI slots and you can add it. So modular routers will have interface, okay, or some kind of slots where you can add and remove the devices and the ports. So he's saying that modular routers are just like a assembled PC when modifications of the interface is possible. All ports are integrated on the motherboard on the slots, but here have slots where you can add or remove the cards or add or remove the ports. Here no upgrade is allowed, but here upgradations is allowed. You can change, you can remove. Okay, now access layer routers are example of fixed routers, except 1600, 1700 series routers. Okay, because yeah, they are model, you can modify it. Like 800, 1000 and 2500 series routers are the fixed routers examples. Okay, distribution and core layer routers are the example of modular routers, and these 1600, 1700, 1800, these are the modular routers. You know, when you see the router, you will find that it is modular or fixed. You know, your wireless access point, you know, wireless router, can you modify that one? No. But some routers, when you see, like, see these routers, I can give you example. See, these routers are modular router. These, see here, see, can you see here, when they are bringing out the ports? Yes. But like this, here you cannot modify this, you cannot modify this. These are fixed routers. Okay, see, this is also fixed. Okay, now router has some ports, because see, we have to know about the router ports because we have to configure the router. So if you are very good for understanding the ports, we can configure the routers. So router will have LAN ports, WAN ports and some administrative ports to manage the router, management port. Okay, so here router ports are given below, like serial port, fast Ethernet port, console port, and auxiliary port. So router has two type of serial port. One is a smart serial and one is sync serial. You can see the difference port, right?
Okay.
It's a different.
Like a parallel serial.
Yes. Okay. Here it has a pins and here is pinless.
Multiple.
Yes. Okay. So here is the fast Ethernet port. This is console port. This is auxiliary port. And see, everywhere you will find retain here. Okay, you can see it's retain. This is a power switch and this is a power connector. Okay, suppose I have a brand new router here. I want to configure that router, right? So how I will configure that router? I will connect, so that port, so I have to connect with to that router, right? So the one is for configuring and one is for communication, right? You can see here. So which port is used for configuration and which port is used for communication, we can understand. Okay, so console port is used for configuration and this serial port and fast Ethernet port is for communication, data transferring. With the console port you cannot transfer the data, you just configure the router, that's it. And router, after first time configuration, second time whenever you want to access the router,
you want to access, or you want to modify your configuration.
So again you use console, or you can use the net from this PC, from this port to access. But you can only use this port to access when telnet is configured. Suppose I configure first time router, right? Maybe first time my router is blank, no IP, nothing. So I have to access the router, so I can access via console. After accessing, I configure the IP address here. Okay, and then now next time I do not want console. So if you have enabled telnet, so you can access from this machine, this router, and you can modify it. We'll see those things slowly. Yes. Now we have two type of interface for connecting the devices. We have serial interface and one is fast Ethernet interface or giga interface or Ethernet interface, you can say. Okay, so serial interface are used to connect two routers for communication, and serial cable connect the DCE to a telephonic network where where the data is coming, okay, from where the link has been established. So you will understand, okay, what is DCE and what is DTE. Suppose this is my router, take an example. This is my router, this is again another router, this is again another router, like I have 5 routers, and here I have ISP. So the data is coming from ISP using serial port, right? So serial port has two endpoints, one is here and one is here, right? Okay, now so which end will be DT and which end will be DCE? So if that when the data is coming from this way, right, so this is your DCE and this is your DTE port. Again the data will come here, right?
DCE.
Yes, so this is DCE and this is DTE. Same here will be
DCE and the other one.
Yeah, DTE means data communication equipment and the data terminal equipment. Okay, so whenever you see this cable, so automatically on the cable it is written. I can show you. Okay, I can show you here. Okay, so you can say DCE and DTE cable, serial cable. See, on the cable you will find a written. Okay, so whenever see here, this you can see here somebody has written in this, but you can see here it is, yes,
okay.
yes, see, can you see here DCE and here DTE.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you see, okay, like that, you can,
Identify
yes, you can see here it is written here. So this is DCE and this is DTE. So while connecting a router, so you know how the data flow is coming, right? So you can use that cable according to that one. Okay,
where this thing is coming is DCE.
yes,
So where it's going to DTE.
DTE. Okay, now, so in the fast now second is serial port is used for connecting only router to router, but fast Ethernet is used for connecting router to router plus router to switch plus router to PC. Okay, so you can connect Ethernet, means the fast Ethernet, Giga Ethernet, the Ethernet switch route. Okay, now what is here is also for data transferring, here is also for data transferring, but here serial is little bit different than this fast Ethernet. Serial provide little bit data synchronization, other kind of data synchronizations. Okay, now is saying that in the serial you want to connect from serial to another router, serial to serial. So here also on serial port you have to configure IP address, and here also you have to configure IP address from the same network, same LAN, then they can communicate. So fast Ethernet is also used for connecting router to router, router to switch, and router to PC. Okay, now console port. So console ports are used for configuring and managing the router. Okay, so it is also known as management port, console port and management port. Okay, so normally it comes like this. See, so this will come to router, it will connect to router. You can see here, see, this is console port. See, all ports, see, fast Ethernet also is RJ45, right?
Yeah,
yes. So how I will know that? Okay, see here, if you will see, this is also RJ45, but how I will know that this is a console port? Because according to the color and according to the shape, it is
always,
it is like it's not rounded.
I understand this kind.
Yes, so this will connect to router and this will connect to your PC serial port. Okay, but these console ports and this design is very old.
Yes, old system.
So in a new device it is coming with the USB. RJ45 you connect to the router, and second you connect to the your PC USB, right? Now maybe you do not have this one, so there are other options. This is the converter, you connect this here. Okay, serial to USB converter, same like that. Okay, so this console port, when should we use console port and when should we use auxiliary port? So console port is used when the router is nearby you, means locally, so you can physically connect the cable and configure the router. But when the router is in a remote location, at that time what you will do?
The auxiliary.
Yes, so the port, auxiliary port will be used for accessing that router. Okay, so simply you say that console port is known as local administrative port and auxiliary port is known as remote administrative port. Okay, so when you want to access a local system in the network or physically, so do you need internet for that? No. But if you want some remote device for accessing that, you need internet. So auxiliary ports are used to connect to modem and then it provide access to you. Okay, and then there is some devices comes with USB port. I can show you here. See here, this device doesn't have USB port, right? But in some of the routers they are coming with USB port for backup, so you can keep the data backup there. Okay, backup and yes.
Okay. You can back on a flash, right?
Yes, the configuration of your router. So if any problem is there, you can recover it quickly. Okay, now I told you in the router you can find RJ45, different RJ45 ports. So you must know that this port is different use, this port has a different use, like that. It's not that all is RJ45, let me connect anywhere. No. So here in RJ45 you have 3 type of port. Okay, which is LAN port, you can say Ethernet, fast Ethernet and Giga Ethernet. So Ethernet provide 10 Mbps, fast Ethernet provide 100 Mbps, and Giga Ethernet provide 1000 Mbps, right? And some other you have WAN port, which is sync serial and a smart serial. So this is a smart serial what we are using nowadays in the routers. Sync serial was for the old devices, okay, and the pin was 60 pin, and here
No,
in the
it's
smart
less.
serial, yeah, pinless you can say, but you know, say USB is also pinless, but actually inside USB there is a pins.
There are pins.
Yes, so here also it is a pinless, but here it has 26 pins. Okay, and you see this is RJ45 also, but this is a console port. This is also RJ45, but it's an auxiliary port. Okay, but nowadays new devices are only coming with console port, fast Ethernet, Giga Ethernet, and a smart
No
serial.
auxiliary.
Yeah, no auxiliary, and even the new devices is also not coming with serial port, only coming with Giga Ethernet and fast Ethernet and console. Okay, I can show you. New routers without serial port. Okay, so see,
It's no serious.
only console port and fast Ethernet port. I can show you some other also. Some other. Okay, but you can get idea from here, right? Yes. Okay, even some routers are not coming with auxiliary port also. See here, no auxiliary port here. Okay, but we should know, because maybe my organization is not new. Okay, and when if you know many organization,
People come across
yes.
with that. Yeah.
So if you see these ports used, so you must know, okay, these ports are not in use, but it is there. Okay, if I want to connect the router to my PC and to access, so see, the port will come here to the console, and then the console port will connect to your serial port, and so this console port is used for local administration. Initial configuration of the router and switch will be done only via console port. Also used for password recovery, and it use RJ45 connector, blue port. Okay, light blue port you can say. Auxiliary ports are used to connect and manage the router from remote location. It used for remote administration. See, this is a remote location router, right? Then see, it is connected to auxiliary port, and then see, coming and connected to modem, and from modem the internet cable will come here, and maybe I am in Fazara and I am accessing this router, and then I am configuring. Okay, see, this is also RJ45, and this is the modem connector. Okay, so auxiliary port provide access via modem. Okay, and telnet to any active interface means after auxiliary configuration. So not it's every day you connect through modem. So once you have configured these devices through auxiliary port, after that enable telnet, and next time you directly access from telnet, not through this auxiliary port and this. Okay, so console or rollover cable will be used. Okay, so this auxiliary port is like rollover and console ports you can use. Okay, so auxiliary cables are like this, 8 pins, 8 cable, 8 wires is there in this. So details of the router external ports we have done already, but let's have idea more. LAN interface. So according to the router you will find Ethernet port, fast Ethernet, and gigabit Ethernet port. Okay, so the Ethernet port is the maximum speed supported 10 Mbps, fast Ethernet 100 Mbps, and Giga Ethernet is 1 Gbps or 1000 Mbps. But when you open the router in a console location, right, console view, so you will find E0 by 0, E0 by 1, E1 by 1.
Yeah, C
So
O S O
yes,
F.
yes, FA. So when you see F means fast Ethernet, when you see G means Giga, when you see only E means Ethernet. WAN interface, you will see serial 0 by 0, serial 1 by like that. So these are the WAN interface, serial interface. Okay, and these are some administrative interface, which is console and auxiliary port, right? Console and auxiliary. So these are some router components, internal components. It's not important, but we should know it's a router motherboard. See, router will also have CPU, router will also have RAM, ROM. Okay, some all means initial functions same like a motherboard. Okay, you'll have WAN port, LAN port, power supply. Okay, like this. Now router booting process. See, router booting process is like this, but slowly you will understand. Okay, but if you have any doubt, you can ask. See, you know post power on self test.
Power on self test.
So whenever you start the machine, so what post do?
Here it's checks for faults finding if there is any fault.
Yes, see, power on self test, it checks the hardware. So if all the hardware is okay, then he will say okay, all the hardware is okay, now come down. Now looking for operating system, same like your computer. Then he will say okay, where is the operating system? So there are 3 locations, all is known as ROM. Okay, similar to BIOS of your system. Okay, so this ROM know where is the location. See, your BIOS know where is the operating system, right? So when he boot, he said that okay, there is the booting. Okay, yes. So BIOS know that where is the operating system, in whether it is in a flash, whether it is in a TFTP, whether it is in a ROM. So normally the operating system you will find in a flash memory. Okay, in like hard disk, non-volatile memory. Okay, so when he said that okay, when the BIOS found the operating system, he said that okay, if no, then he will go to look in a flash. If no, then he will go to TFTP. If no, then like this. Okay, but he's saying that no, I got yes. He said he said okay, I got the operating system. Where is the operating system? In a flash. Okay, so these are the location, different locations. So he said that no, it is in the flash. Then he will load the operating system. After loading the operating system, he will look for the configuration file. Okay, so here you have two configuration, two option, whether you have to say that okay, whether your device is new or old. So if your new device is new, do you have configuration file? No, only operating system. So he's saying that if there is no operating configuration file, then
go to
boot from setup mode. But if there is a configuration file, boot from startup config. So a startup config is NVRAM and setup mode is RAM. So here if he will find operating system, he will go to NVRAM from flash, and if he will not find the configuration file, so from flash he will go to RAM and he will boot. Yes. So this is your first relation, introduction to router ports and the router.